taking some time out from the tour to come down here. Basically, the whole idea of the seminar is for all of you musicians and bands to get a feel for the music industry, pretty much know what you're getting into. Talk a little bit about guitar, okay? Feel free to ask any questions about, musically, theory or anything like that. Whatever's on your mind, that's the reason he's here, is basically to help you out, with whichever situation you're in, playing and anything. So if you have any questions, or do you want to
Well, the one thing I could say is, the last one we did is the first time I've ever done this, so this is the second, so don't expect me to just come out and start handling this really good, because it's actually I'm very nervous about speaking in front of people, so I mean, you got to help me out with questions, and if there's anything I can help you out, I'd be glad to do it. So.
Everybody had a million questions to ask me about him. Go ahead, man.
What kind of effects do you use when you're playing out, say, in concerts?
In the concerts?
Yeah.
So I have a pedal board, and in it there's distortion plus, a 10-band equalizer. They're all MXR, by the way. A flanger, a chorus, stereo chorus, a crybaby, wah pedal, and a Roland volume pedal. And I used to use them a lot more, but now our sound man is starting to add a lot up front. So I don't really use them all as much as I used to. Just sometimes I use them more for quiet rhythm parts, just to enhance the sound. I don't really use any echoes or anything for leads, ever.
Do you have a preamp built in your guitar?
No, I have a distortion plus on the board, and I just keep that on all the time. And just straight Marshalls.
Is that how you use distortion?
Sorry?
Is that how you get on that distortion?
Yeah. See, if you play and you use Marshalls, I had to change the speakers over to Altex because they're a very bright, clean speaker. Yeah, because the selections are really dirty anyway, and if you start adding a fuzz box to them, it'll sound terrible. But I like that added treble and dirt to it.
Do you have any problems like high-pitched feedback or using?
Yes, the guy the last session was to ask me about that. It's not so much a squeal. I don't have that problem, but I have a lot of problem of, like if you let go for a second, it'll feed back. I mean, you've got to really play so you're covering your pickup. And if you want to do something quiet, I have to either use the volume pedal or I have to click off the fuzz, because it will squeal. I mean, I got used to playing that way.
Go ahead, Larry.
What kind of music you started playing in Holland and then before you got picked up with Austin?
Well, I was 7, and I'm 25 now. I don't think I knew what I was playing when I was 7. I just played the guitar. I mean, one of the early things I remember was I was strumming, is it Malagueña, when it has the E chord, and I thought that was really good because I could switch an E chord and strum it fast. It was just anything, it was an old Spanish guitar, and then I just started playing anything like Gloria or Louie Louie or whatever was out on the radio. And to the second part of that question, I met Ozzy when I was 22, and I've been with him since then. So it's about 2.5 years now. Can you speak up a little bit? Oh yeah. Tommy's a great drummer.
Okay.
You got a special tremolo in that in your flying V you use, or does a certain company make that, or is that just?
Well, the main flying V is the white one. If you see it, is a Charvel. It says Jackson. Everybody thinks, what's a Jackson? But Grover Jackson owns Charvel, and he builds them himself for me. And I use his tremolo units. I think they're very good. I mean, other than the Floyd Rose, there's no perfect tremolo. But his are very good, and he's just about to release a brand new one he invented that's supposed to be equal to a Floyd Rose. But it works with ball bearings. And he's just doing a prototype, and he's doing a guitar for me now, and it'll be the first to use it. So real soon I'll start experimenting with it. I have another Flying V with it's polka dotted. That isn't a Charvel, and I do have tuning problems with that one all the time.
Go ahead.
Whenever you started, did you have to play in little heck bars, to get going, play what the people wanted, or did you always play what you wanted?
Well, when I started, I was really young. So when I started playing rock, I was about 12 and 13, and where I came from, the big thing was to play parties. I mean, there was a lot of bands where I lived, and they'd all play parties. And I wasn't really from the city, it's sort of a suburb. And I thought that was it. I loved it. I couldn't wait till the weekend so I could play. We used to cart our own gear up and everything. And then, of course, I got to the club scene in L.A.
That was did get a circuit going.
Well, yeah, there's a great big local club scene in L.A. It's a lot of opportunity for original heavy bands to play. A lot more than there is in these parts, which is hard. They just shout them out. I mean,
Like, when you first started, you said you were 12, 13, was there any guitar players you really, when you first started listening to a record, you really enjoyed?
well, see, I get asked all the time, who's your favorite, who's your influences? If you play so long, they're bound to change. Whoever's good, you listen to for a while. But I'd never had a phonograph until I think I was 16. So I couldn't just play my favorite guitar player, so I'd listen to the radio. And I just sort of liked anybody who was good. But I can say one of my favorite sounds was when I first heard Mountain and Leslie West with that harmonics and the sustain. I mean, I just thought it was the greatest thing. But since then, I just like anybody who plays guitar, I don't have a favorite.
You played with a band called Widowmaker?
No, that's the bass player. The ex-bass player, Bob Daisley.
Did you get a new bass player?
Yes.
Is it not Hiroshima?
No, his name is Rudy. He used to play with me in L.A. in a local band.
Who have you played with before? Did you play with any other people before you got with Ozzy Osbourne?
No, I was in a local band in L.A. for 5 years. I mean, I sort of grew up in that band. And I was still in it when I met Ozzy. I had to leave that band. And other than that, just like garage bands and little efforts that didn't work.
How did Ozzy?
How did what?
How did Ozzy meet?
Well, when he left Sabbath, he was putting a new band, like his own band together. And he just went around auditioning. And he spent a lot of time in L.A. auditioning. And the bass player he originally was auditioning with called me and said he still hasn't found anybody. Why don't you go down and meet him? So I met him.
What do you think of other guitarists like Michael Schenker?
I think Michael Schenker's excellent. I think he's a great rock player. He's very melodic and lots of feeling.
You got any other guitarists you think like that caliber?
Oh, I could name 100. I mean, everybody's out there is really good at what they do. I mean, Eddie Van Halen's fantastic. Michael Schenker's great. Richie Blackmore. Sorry? No, we did a show with him in England once, but I didn't meet him. I met somebody from his band.
What do you think of Angus?
Angus Young. Oh, I think that what he's doing great. I mean, he's got his image so strong, so bright displayed.
Are you from California?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in L.A.